first and foremost, what is Ohm's law? Well, it's an equation we use for circuits. Delta V equals IR, or sometimes just V equals IR, okay? Now, to explain this in context, I'm going to use an analogy. I'm very well known for this analogy. Back when I was in high school, this is how I taught it to my friends. I got a dam, I got water on one side, I got water on the other. They're at different heights, okay? So what that means is if I were to take my dam away, the water on this side would want to flow down to this side, okay? This difference in height in the water is my potential difference in this analogy. My potential difference, or my voltage, okay? Voltage is an energy difference in electrons. That energy difference is what compels the electrons to flow from high voltage to low voltage. Height difference is what compels water to flow from high up to low down. If I were to make a small hole in my dam, then water would begin to flow through. The flow of water is my current in this analogy. Current flows from high potential to low potential, all right? And if I have a big hole in my dam, a lot of current is going to flow, okay? The size of the hole is my resistance, okay? If I have a large resistance, I'm going to oppose the flow of current. If I have an opening that's really hard to get through, I'm going to oppose the flow of water. The greater my resistance, the less current flows, the harder it is for current to flow, okay? So what this equation is telling you is that if I have a large resistance, I'm going to need a large voltage drop in order to get current to flow. And if I have a really big hole, it doesn't take a lot of potential difference in order to get current to flow, all right? So now that's my analogy. Let's jump into analyzing circuits with it. So that's my analogy, and if you wanted a further understanding of how resistance relates to the size of the hole, we have this equation that your resistance is equal to the resistivity of your material, rho, times the length of your material divided by its cross-sectional area, okay? So if I make my resistor longer, its resistance increases. If I increase the area, if I make the wire thicker in my resistor, then that's going to decrease the resistance, okay? So smaller hole means bigger resistance. Let's get to a circuit example. Let's say I draw us a circuit, battery, 5-volt battery, and it goes through a resistor, and then it comes back to my battery. This is my very simple circuit. Let's say I have a 1,000 ohm resistor, and I want to find the current flowing through my battery, or the current flowing through my circuit, okay? They're kind of the same thing. Current flowing through your battery, current flowing through your circuit. So what I would do is I would use Ohm's law, V equals IR. What is the potential difference, the voltage difference, across my resistor? Well, it's the same as the potential difference across the battery. And let me give you guys a good tip when you're analyzing circuits. Everything that is connected by a wire is at the same potential, okay? A potential can only change across a component. So if my battery is 5 volts, it means I have 5 volts here, I have 5 volts here, I have 5 volts here. Every point that is connected by a wire is at the same potential. Potential only changes after you go through a component, okay? The potential at the opposite end of the battery, the long line means positive, short line means negative, by the way, has zero potential, 0 voltage, 0 voltage, 0 voltage. And you see that the potential difference across the resistor is 5 volts, okay? So I'm going to use my voltage, 5 volts, equals the current through my resistor times its resistance, 1,000 ohms. So I'm going to get 5 divided by 1,000, and I'm going to get my current
0.005 amps, which equals 5 milliamps.
Let me give you guys another circuit example. I've got a battery, plus, minus, connected to a battery, plus, minus, connected to a resistor, connected back to my battery. Say this is a 5-volt battery, this is a 5-volt battery, this is a 2,500 ohm resistor, okay? Calculate the current through my circuit. Well, the first thing I want to do here is I want to pay attention to the polarity of my batteries. This battery, positive ends up, it's sending current this way. This battery, positive ends to the left, it's sending current this way. And they're both at the same potential difference, okay? It means this battery gets a potential jump of 5 volts. So I gain 5 volts from going negative to positive. And this battery, I lose 5 volts from going positive to negative, okay? Remember, a battery is a jump up in voltage if you go from negative to positive, and it's a jump down in voltage if you go from positive to negative, okay? You see, if I go from negative to positive, I jump up by 5. If I go from positive to negative, I jump down by 5. So if my potential here is 0, I jump up by 5 here, I got 5 here, and now I need to jump down by 5, 0. Which means if I follow this all the way around, I got 0 here, 0 here, 0 here, 0 here. The potential difference across my resistor is 0. So I get 0 equals I times 2,500. And so the current flowing through my resistor has to be 0. And we're going to introduce 2 ways to apply Ohm's law now that we're doing series and parallel resistors. Okay, let's say I got my battery, I got my long line, I got my short line, and it's connected to a resistor that's connected to another resistor that's connected back to my battery. Okay? So 9-volt battery, let's say this is a 400 ohm resistor, this is a 500 ohm resistor. So what we need to do here is we need to find the equivalent resistance of our circuit, or of this section of our circuit. Okay? What does equivalent resistance mean? Equivalent resistance means if I were to destroy both of these resistors and replace it with a single resistor, in order for nothing to change, what resistance does that resistor have to have? Okay? Which means if I replace these two with one resistor that has the equivalent resistance, there would be no change in the circuit. Okay? And the equivalent resistance for resistors in series means they're connected tip to tail, is equal to the resistance of the first one plus the resistance of the second one, dot, dot, dot. Okay, if you have 3 resistors, it's 1 plus 2 plus 3. You get the idea. So the equivalent resistance in this case is 400 ohms plus 500 ohms, which means what I can do is I can take these 2 resistors, I can erase both of them, and I can say that it's just one big resistor with resistance 900 ohms. So now we apply Ohm's law exactly how we did right here. So we get 9 volts equals current times 900 ohms, and we're going to get that our current is 10 milliamps. Okay? Now, let's work through resistors in parallel. Got my 9-volt battery, I got my long side, my short side, it's connected to one resistor, and it's connected to another resistor in parallel. Okay? You know what? To demonstrate a little bit more complexity, I'm going to say this is 2 resistors strung in series. Okay? So you got series and parallel working with us here. Okay? So I'm going to say this is 300 ohms, this is 200 ohms, this is 500 ohms right here. Okay? So let's do exactly what we did up here. Let's replace the 2 resistors with one resistor that's of the equivalent resistance. So 300 plus 200 equals 500. This is the exact same thing as one big old 500 ohm resistor. Okay, now we can talk about how parallel works. The equivalent resistance for parallel resistors is written like this. 1 over the equivalent resistance is equal to 1 over the resistance of resistor 1 plus 1 over the resistance of resistor 2 plus 1 over the resistance of resistor 3, and so on and so forth. We got two resistors here, so that means 1 over our equivalent resistance is equal to 1 over 500 plus 1 over 500. Okay, that's the same as 2 over 500, or 1 over 250. Okay, so you're going to be given a calculator if the numbers aren't as easy of this, but I'm going to bring this up here. I got 1 over R equivalent equals 1 over 250. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the reciprocal of both sides. And I'm going to get REQ equals 250 over 1. These are both over 1 now. Since they're both over 1, that doesn't matter. And the equivalent resistance is 250. Okay? Which means if I have two 500 ohm resistors set up like this in parallel, I can erase both of them and say that this is just, let me do it up here, this is exactly the same thing as 9-volt battery connected to a 250 ohm resistor. And you're probably scratching your head thinking, hey, hold on, wait a minute, I got two 500s, how does my resistance decrease by doing that? Well, let's go back to the dam example, okay? If I have my water dam and I have one 500 ohm hole and I got a second 500 ohm hole, so let's say water flows through at some rate through a single 500 ohm hole, okay? Do you think more or less water is going to flow through if I drill a second hole, okay? If both holes are the exact same size, double the water is going to flow through. There is half the resistance for the exact same setup, okay? If I give the water another path to go down, more water will flow. More current will flow because there is less resistance, okay? And now you can do your simple delta V equals IR across your circuit, okay? That has been Ohm's law, guys. That has been circuit analysis. If you think I did a good job teaching you this topic, go leave a like. Otherwise, if you need more extra help, go to meekextrahelp.com. Go join our Discord server. Both are linked down below. Enjoy life. Have a fantastic day.